More on what Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is dealing with. Now he's having a rift with his defense minister, Benny Gantz. They clashed after the former issued a veiled threat against the Biden administration's effort to return to the 2015 nuclear deal with Iran. Netanyahu says that he's willing to risk friction with the United States to prevent Iran from going nuclear. He claims a nuclear Iran remains the biggest threat to Israel. He added that with or without an agreement, his country would continue to do everything to prevent Iran from arming itself with nuclear weapons. Here's what he had to say. Defense Minister Benny Gantz urged the Prime Minister to keep disagreements behind closed doors following Netanyahu's veiled threat against the Biden administration's policy of seeking to return to the 2015 nuclear deal. Gantz said differences should be resolved quietly and without unnecessarily, quote, defiant rhetoric. The clashes between Gantz and Netanyahu come ahead of Gantz's visit to the United States for talks on the Iran nuclear deal. Netanyahu has been a vocal opponent of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action known as the JCPOA, which relieves Iran of sanctions in exchange for curbs on nuclear activity. The U.S. pulled out of the landmark 2015 deal back in 2018 after former President Donald Trump said the pact needed to be renegotiated. Israel had been vehemently opposed to the deal when it was first signed under the administration of former U.S. President Barack Obama. The embattled premier of Israel, whose political future is in question just 11 days out from a bruising conflict, believes that Israel's biggest threat remains the possibility of a nuclear-armed Iran. Meanwhile, Defense Minister Gantz will focus on other security-related aspects during his U.S. trip. Gantz will be meeting with Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. Israel would request $1 billion in U.S. military aid and help in replenishing the Iron Dome missile defense system. The shield played a key role in countering rockets fired by the Islamic militant movement Hamas during last month's fighting.